Hey guys, what's going on? How are you today? I snuck away from my friends to the back of the Wheatsville downtown on Guadalupe. I literally snuck away just to make this video for you guys because I keep thinking about making this video, because I keep telling myself I'm gonna make the video and I don't do it. They're inside shopping, we all just ate. I don't need to go shopping, we are full. I wanna make this video, so I'm doing it. And we're doing a Zen Quotes Explained video, one of my favorites. I love doing these, I don't get to do them enough. And I decided the one we're gonna do today is really simple. It's when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I love this quote. I think it's a very powerful and dynamic Zen saying. And I think it's suggesting a couple of different things if we want to review it. One, if we think when the student is ready, the teacher appears, in a certain sense, you know, whenever you want to learn something, it's like suggesting like the teacher is there ready to teach you this one thing. But more intrinsically to that than just when you want to learn something, the teacher is there, I think it's also suggesting the mental state of learning, in the sense that everything can be your teacher. Anybody or anything can be a teacher for you. And so when the student is ready, the teacher appears, to me is almost more suggesting a mental state of the student, in a sense that when you're ready to learn something, the teacher appears. The teacher to teach you the lesson you're ready to learn appears. And which almost means more to me that you could be a great teacher, you could be the most amazing teacher, but if the student's not ready to learn what you're teaching, then it may be wasted, it may be to no avail, in a sense. And so I like to think of everyone as a teacher and everyone as a student. We're all beginners on our path, and everyone that you run into every day has something to teach you. Everyone's good at different things. And so if we think about the quote that way, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, if we are ready to be the student at all times, then everything can be our teacher. Everything can be a lesson, in a sense. And so to the greater quality of that, I think, is the beginner's mind. It's speaking towards the beginner's mind. And I've heard a saying too that says there are no bad students, only bad teachers. But to a certain sense, sometimes lessons aren't meant to be learned yet. They're not ready to learn the lesson. And that's hard sometimes. We could spend our entire life approaching the same lesson over and over again, and it may never be clear to us what we're trying to learn. And in fact, if you are avoiding learning a specific lesson in your life, it will become continually thrust in your face. It'll continually appear to you, this challenge, until you are ready to be a student of this lesson. And so more deeply rooted in the saying of when the student is ready, the teacher appears, is the reality of your approach to life, your approach to the journey, your approach to the student and beginner's mind. And I think that's important. That's why I like this quote so much. It's always interesting too, because if we think about each person having something to teach us, if we think about each person being able to provide us with some lesson, then what are you avoiding learning? What are you avoiding being a student for right now? And I used to think like, oh, I can't wait, I'm ready. I used to think I'm ready, the student's ready, and I couldn't imagine where I'd find this superb teacher. And the ultimate teacher is the divine, the manifestation of divine consciousness around us that perpetually follows us. I think that's the true teacher. I think that's the ultimate teacher, the one we can't escape, and we are the ultimate student in a sense. And even though we can be teachers, we can teach each other, and we can all be ultimately great wealths of knowledge to each other, we're primarily more students. And so for us to accept our student role, for us to accept that when we're ready to be the student is when we learn, and in no other place do we learn. And I was actually at a teacher training recently where I got to go and learn for 30 days. I got to be a student, strictly a student. I didn't have to pretend even to play a teacher role, because I wasn't what I was there to do. I was there just to learn. I was there just to be a student. And so in that role of me being a student, there were so many teachers. Everything was a teacher. My fellow students were a teacher. My teachers were teachers. Everything is a teacher in a sense. And so enjoying that paradox, accepting the paradox of knowledge, the understanding that you can thirst for it and hold on to it and seek it out, but eventually it'll rule you, it'll control you, and that it can paralyze you, it can suffocate you, this knowledge or this attachment to this knowledge. And so what does that really mean? I like this quote, and let's review it again. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I think that's appropriate for so many different levels of your journey, for so many different parts of your journey. When you arrive at a place where you ask, what am I doing here? Ask if you're learning. Ask if you're playing the student role and looking to learn how to do it, or if you're trying to force a new way, trying to force something to happen that's not happening. And even in the teacher role of when you arrive somewhere, sometimes you can't teach what you want to teach. As a teacher, I can go to a yoga class and think like, I want to teach handstands today. And when you show up at the class, and we had a few elderly citizens that took the class, it's not a handstand day. So as a teacher, I'm a student too. As a teacher, I'm a student to the moment. I'm a student to the opportunities at the moment of now, the opportunities of the experience in a sense. So even as a teacher, I'm a student. As a teacher, I approach my students to look at what are they teaching me about my teaching right now? What are they ready to learn? What are they looking to receive? And what role can I play as a teacher on their journey? And what facilitates your teacher role for them as a student? And these are things to evaluate. And this is what I think this is what the Zen Kwon is suggesting that you think about, is the paradoxical relationship of teacher and student, the beginner's mind. And so that's why I like it so much. That's why I think it's such a great quote. So tell me what you guys think. What do you think about when you hear that Zen saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears? Are you the teacher? Are you the student? Are you both? When you appear as the teacher, are you looking to see what the student's ready to learn? When you're the student, are you looking to see what you are avoiding learning? Are you looking to see when the student is ready, the teacher appears? Everything can be a lesson. You can always be a student of the moment. And that's my Zen Kwon Zen breakdown. I just got a phone call. I got to go. Everyone's done shopping. I'm bouncing up. We just did this. We did the video. I feel really good about just stepping away and doing this video because I wanted to. I wanted to break down this Zen Kwon. I feel like we're all students. We can all be ready for the lesson that is being taught at the moment. We can all be teachers and look at what are the students ready to receive. And that's it. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys next time.